Hello everyone, my name is Fethullah Diken and my major is International Trade and Business. And I'm going to introduce you to one of the best company in the UK, the Virgin. Company founded by Sir Richard Branson, and it becomes the most recognizable brand in the Britain. By the way, it's the first mobile virtual network operator in the industry. The company started with an idea. An idea was a satisfaction. Their belief is making difference in the customer's eyes, and the Virgin stands for money, value of money, quality, innovation, and a little bit of sense of humor. At the beginning, Branson started just with the record, which includes many celebrities such as Janet Jackson, Coldplay, and Genesis. After a successful work in Virgin Record, the company became bigger and bigger day by day. And the business genius Branson not just stuck in one segment. He believed that the young generation is the key of selling a good. So he targeted 15 to 29 age of consumers. This selection created a boost in growth rate in the next 5 years, and it has really good profit. In 2002, the company become really large and wanted to get into USA. But when we get into market, he needed a man can hold the whole company, and this guy will be the Dan Schulman. Before the Dan Schulman come, Branson invested in many various segments, such as food, such as transportation, media, mobile technology, and many others. He became very successful. Even you can even imagine he invested a spaceship project that the tickets have already sold out. In 2002, Branson comes to New York to find his new CEO, Dan Schulman. They accidentally meet in a meeting, and they become partners. The Schulman said that we don't need to throw huge amounts of money to create an effective area. We can do it with a little bit of money too. And just with the $60 million, they created a really big, massive effect in the industry. And the young generation loved the street events. They both searched for what we can do in this industry, and they saw that young generation uses text messaging too much. They invested in text messaging, and it become really profitable. After that, when they look, the parents are always like their child is costing too much money about mobile, and they wanted to cut the mobile service, and that's bad for a mobile company. So they created a website that can give you the information that you have bought, or you're gonna buy. And it has rescue ring, wake up call, ringtones, fun clips, the hit list, music messages, and movies. Firstly, when we come to the United States, they did, an statistic arrangements to find the best way to get in the market. Now, my friend Aylin Kalkan will introduce you the pricing methods.
Hello everyone. I'm going to make a little SWOT analysis according to our Virgin Mobile case. First I will start with the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, like you already know from the midterm examination. First, let's see about the strengths. What are the strengths of our industry? We have low costs and we have more functions. And also we entertain the people in comparison to the other competitors, because we use the young people between 15 to 29 years, which the other competitors do not take into account. Our weaknesses, limited budget, like told before, we have just a little amount of advertising cost in comparison to the other competitors. The opportunities that we have are actually, there's a high growth market and we can gain that part of the region, that part of the country that nobody is going to target, because nobody at that time targeted the young people. And also the threats are, possible problems about the crowded cellular market, and high potential churn rate, and also the low credit customers can be a threat as well for the future. The next thing I'm going to, this is just like the extras that my friend introduced. Like Virgin Mobile has many different opportunities for young people, because we targeted them and we want them to use like messaging and texting and all this stuff. So I'm just going to continue after this. The revenue entertainment is like, we did forecasting in 2001. We looked at the US market. In 2002, we started our operations, and we can see how much increase there was. And it's going to increase more and more in the further 2 more years, because we said like there was a high success story in the following 5 years after 2002. And here we can see the calling plans and the industry prices. We can see the prices and the commitment in minutes. This was about the industry pricing plan. They were quite rational. If customers would always select the right plan for their usage pattern. So we did this forecast and like saying, Virgin Mobile did it, to show like differentiated product offering and to calculate lower advertisement costs on those base. And then what happened actually was there was a spread data. We couldn't find a pattern, a common pattern between the consumers and the customers, and we couldn't predict their usage in minutes. That was what happened. So Salman that we have to make different pricing options and strategies. He concluded 3 different pricing options. Those were the following: clone the industry prices, price below the competition, and a whole new plan. I'm going to introduce all of them. Option 1, I'm going to start this with a quote of Schulman. With the first option, we would simply telling consumers that we are priced competitively with everyone else, but with a few key advantages like differentiated applications, MTV, and superior customers service. That's what Schulman said. We let the industry prices, we use the existing prices, but we have instead, we are concentrating on our customers, their needs, and we have better off-peak hours, fewer hidden fees, and the idea is actually easy to promote for us. Option 2, this is option 1 again. We have the same curve like we had before, so there is no change. And then we have option 2. Again, with Schulman's words, we are cheaper, plain and simple, because our target market generally used between 100 and 300 minutes per month. That's where consumers would get the best price. We say we offer better prices than the other competitors, so there's a similar structure, but actually our margins, they went lower. We can see that on the graphic. Like here, we have the same curve, but our profit margins decrease. The problem is the low margins. And option 3 is like we create a whole new plan. And that's like the most radical thing because it's the riskiest thing. And we have to take into consideration the concept of lifetime value, which I will explain after this. Everyone, this is retrieved from the case we had. Everyone in the industry said that the lifetime value of our industry will definitely be low. And that's why, no, Schulman said, we won't be low. We will have a positive lifetime value when we take the young people and the people between the age 15 and 29. We can see that on the calculation and also with the claim he had. And that was actually also that we can also use option 3 to make a radical new plan because we are going to be successful. This is the part of my friend. My friend is going to introduce you now this topic about question 2 and question 3. Thank you for listening. This topic is going to be introduced by my friend Ferhat Mahmudoglu. Thank you for listening. I'm going to continue at the end again.
Hello, I'm Ferhat, and this is a pricing method, and I'll talk about the pricing methods. Firstly, what is price? Price is the amount of money charged for a product or service, or the sum of all the values that customers exchange for the benefits of having or using the product or service. As you can see, there are three major pricing methods: good value pricing, cost-based pricing, and value-added pricing. Yeah, good value pricing is start with the customer value, uses buyers' perceptions of value as the key of pricing instead of the seller's cost. In this method, companies are using customer benefits services, just like when you serve your costs and when you serve your prices, you'll just seek of the customer's welfare. You're producing the goods and high quality good with a fair prices. And the second is cost-based pricing. Customers' perception of value are key to setting prices in cost-based pricing. The seller's costs are the primary consideration. And the last one is value-added pricing. Value-added pricing attacks value-added features and services to differentiate the company's offers and thus their higher prices. And now, the last question was, justify your suggestion based on the industry's current situation and the type of pricing strategies that your suggested option has. Okay, so when it comes to the pricing method decision, for this company, best decision can be good value pricing. As we mentioned before, good value pricing is selling the high quality product for fair prices. As Virgin Mobile focused on young age market, they selling their services to businessmen at a higher prices. Also, they were purchasing handset and other required materials to higher prices. Maybe they will succeed in the market, but because they will serve their products to businessmen and major people. Yeah. In Virgin Mobile case, their target market is 15 to 29 age group. Schulman, as a CEO of the company, knows that they need to follow different marketing strategy for this age group. Therefore, they started to sell their products to young people based place, such as Target, Samguri Music, and the Best Buy. These were the places which for buying electronics for the kids. Also, as Virgin Mobile wanted to decrease prices, they knew that they had to buy their handsets and etc. for a lower prices than the other carriers. It also worked to decrease prices. Furthermore, they were planning on a new strategy for the market, remove the contracts. This plan was actually a very clever and well considered plan, because young age group might have afraid of or not able to sign contracts. Again, when it comes to pricing strategy, Virgin Mobile needs to go with good value pricing. Their suppliers are not bad, therefore their products aren't bad. So they must sell their products to fair prices as necessary of using good value pricing strategy. When we consider that the market is saturated at all, Virgin Mobile needs to be different from others. changing buying habits of the customers will never be easy for any competitive business. Just serving quality may bring customers, but when you mix it with a fair price, your company can hold onto the market perfectly. Saturated market can also come with a degeneration and corruption, which means customer may want to get rid of pricing method of the current market. In this situation, if you come with a good pricing plan, you'll become a successful company and you might be a market leader. That's what I suggest to Virgin Mobile company to whenever they enter to the market. But as a company, their most important goal is making profit, making money. With respect to this fact, prices should be fair but also reasonable. Only selling the product or services won't be enough for the company. They also need to sell it for a reasonable price for their own wellness. Thank you. And this is the end of our cases, and I want to end with Richard Branson's words. You don't learn to walk by following rules, you learn by doing and by falling over. And these are all references, as you can see. And thank you for listening.